Hello, everyone. Welcome to Soul Conscious Tarot, and this is what do you need to know this week. This is a weekly energy reading that I do each and every week. I release it on every Sunday. It used to be on Saturdays, but now I do it on Sundays. So let's dive right in and see what do you need to know for this upcoming week that kicks off with this wonderful Mercury retrograde that we're going into. I think April 1st was right at April Fool's. April 1st, I think, is when the Mercury retrograde kicks in. So I got the book out because for whatever reason, it told me when I pulled this deck out for this reading to get the book and to read whatever it comes through in the book. So let me see if I can find this card. I think these are in alphabetical order. Yep. Okay, awesome. So success. Tropical jungle. Tropical jungles are some of the richest and most successful habitats on our planet. They have incredible diversity, a multitude of plant varieties and animal inhabitants. They are dense with life force that is rapidly growing and rapidly changing. The lushness of their vegetation is essential to the ecological health of the earth. In many ways, the success of the planet depends on the rainforest. These areas are called the lungs of the planet. The planet absorbs carbon dioxide, produces oxygen, and helps reduce the impact of worldwide climate change. In addition, thousands of plants and animal species that may have medical properties have yet to be discovered. The sacred landscape wants you to know that satisfaction, contentment, and fulfillment are at hand. Success is waiting to expand in your life. Be ready to accept and embrace the success, for it might occur rapidly. All is possible. The gates of triumph are waiting to open. Being in a state of gratitude for all the small successes in your life will give birth to larger ones. Your satisfaction will come in many forms and from many areas in your life. Celebrate it all. Breathe it all in, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant. This is an excellent time to make commitments, sign contracts, and make deals. Good fortune will ensue. That's interesting that it says that about the last part. So I want to caveat that to we are in a Mercury retrograde. If you're watching this reading at the time it airs, we are in these are technically timeless readings. We're just pulling on the energy, and you can be in this energy at any time. So even though this is pulling on the collective energy at this time. So and when I pull this reading, so just be aware this is kicking off this week, kicks off a Mercury retrograde, which is not always usually the best time to sign contracts. So you might want to wait until Mercury retrograde is over. Okay, just to put that out there. But I think everything else applies as far as, really, my selenite is falling apart here. Its little pieces are falling everywhere. Okay, so that's to kick us off. That's success. It's a beautiful card. It really is. I mean, everything in there that card said was just amazing. So it's really being grateful, breathing in. I like how it said, that the rainforest is like, the lungs. And so it's like almost like if you bring that into your life, think about like breathing in, and it talked about that. Breathe in everything in your life. Really experience it. Be grateful for it, and it's almost like a live life to the fullest kind of thing. Like really appreciate, really just breathe in all that is good in your life right now. This is a time to really do that, because all it's going to do is bring in more. Now, I'm going to say, if you have not watched the April overview reading, this is probably, I really highly recommend reading or watching that. There was a lot in that, and it kind of points back to that some of the high notes or some of the keynotes that were in that text for this card, when it talks to about contentment. that reading for the April overview was focused right in on contentment, like on how to become content. So if if you're struggling with that you might want to watch that. There's a lot in that reading. So as we always get it, if you haven't watched my readings before, weekly readings, always pull the emoji. We always pull an emoji card to see kind of where we are emotionally, what we might be feeling. And I like this goes, that contentment. And I like that, that we're seeing that, like what it is, like finding ways to be content in our lives. And that was what that April overview was really about, finding ways to be content in our lives, really figuring that out. So this is a new deck that I got, which is, what is this? It's a new Oracle deck called the Wizard's Laird. The Wizard's Laird. I kind of like it. It's a little bit different. It's like, I think it's like a Kipperish kind of deck. But it brings a different energy to the readings for me than I've had here. So we have the woman and we have the scythe. So this is giving me very scorpionic energy, or almost like the Queen of Swords maybe energy. I'm not sure exactly. This, I think that's supposed to be, I've never learned tarot from a traditional card deck, so I don't know exactly, what those are supposed to represent as far as the tarot are concerned, but that's the King of Diamonds, I think. I'm not 100% sure. Well, no, I guess it's got 2 diamonds there, so it would be the 2 of Diamonds, so that would be maybe the 2 of Swords, I don't know. And then we have the Ace of Spades. It's on this card. But with this woman card, what I'm getting is a very, just a more feminine energy that's coming through, that's more a nurturing, gentle. It's like a gentleness that's coming through. And then we have the scythe, which is cutting something out. So we'll see what comes through as far as cutting something out. So I want to go ahead and pull our crystal. I've started pulling crystals for the week. Let's go ahead and get our crystal for this week. What crystal, gemstone, can we associate or work with right now if we choose to work with one? Meteorite. Well, not everybody's going to have meteorite to work with, but you can, if you meditate, you can always meditate on it too, that energy. So unexpected, the finest of pleasures are always the unexpected one. So this is telling me, especially with what we read with the success card, is I think some very unexpected surprises that are going to come up this week. But I'm feeling that they're going to be good. This talked about things, like good things that were coming in. So this is, I like that, it tells me that this coming week, this first week of April, is going to be a really, like, I think some good things are going to happen. It's almost like expect the unexpected, be pleasantly surprised, be prepared, I guess, to be pleasantly surprised. Possibly is what's kind of coming through. But it might be in the fact that you have to be able to see that, like be grateful for things, like to see things for what they are, to how do I want to put it? It's like like finding the joy in the smallest things, finding happiness, the pleasure in the smallest things, the very smallest things. It actually will help, like when you're grateful for even the small things, then, when something comes in, you're going to see the happiness it brings, or you're going to see the good in it, the good in it and not the bad. I'm doing a poor job of explaining that. I apologize. I mean, I see what I need to say in my mind, but it's not coming out right. I guess that's that Mercury retrograde energy of communications, problems with communications. It's affecting me. I know what I want to say in my head. It's not coming out correctly. It's not coming out in a way to make sense, and I apologize for that. Hand of Fate. Forces beyond your control will intervene, but you still possess the freedom to choose how you respond. That is absolutely 100% true. We absolutely have free will. And I'll tell you what, that's one of the things I talked about in that April overview, is we all have free will. And so we can choose, when something comes in, we make the choice of how we want to deal with it. And that's what I was kind of getting at before, but I was doing a terrible job of explaining it, is that, it's how we perceive something, how we look at it. Do we look at it as good or bad? Do we push it away or not? Do we see the beauty in it or not? It's really how we see it will determine the choice that we make. And we do have the choice to respond however we want. We can respond positively or we can respond negatively. And we have that ability, even though we may not control, how something plays out, it's usually for the best, but we don't always see it at the time. We aren't always grateful for things that come into our lives at the time, because we don't see them for what they are sometimes, because we're, for whatever reason, there's many, many reasons. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole of all the different reasons that we can, not see things for what they are. That'd be a whole series of videos in and upon itself. So we have the Hand of Fate coming in to bring unexpected things. But it says here that it possibly can be, I need to make room for our tarot here, but it's telling me we have something coming in unexpected. Something's going to happen, or something's going to happen unexpected, but there is an air to it that it's going to be, it can bring happiness, but it's going to be based on, I think, how we respond to it. And that's why it's saying with the Success card, to kind of be in this energy of being grateful, or seeing and appreciating even the smallest things, because by being in that kind of energy is going to help this. Now, what I feel like is this, with this Woman card, it might be tied to a feminine energy somehow. Now, I'm going to say feminine because anyone can be predominantly in feminine energy. I don't care what gender you are. I'm just getting, and I said I felt feminine energy off of this. So it's because I was getting almost kind of an Empress vibe, but I didn't want to say Empress because it was that energy. It's the feminine energy that I was picking up. And it's just saying that I feel like somebody that is it's going to be tied somehow to somebody that has a lot of feminine energy, that is predominantly you're going to, it's somebody that is nurturing, giving, loving, somebody that births things into creation, that, that's a very, that always has a lot of great ideas, and, that kind of thing. Okay. We still haven't gotten anything on this. Hopefully the scythe clarifies itself as we pull our tarot. We pull 3 tarot, and then I get some clarification on the tarot cards. I'm probably going to lay these out in a slightly different way than I normally do. So we have, I think I'm going to put the clarification on the top and bottom when I get to that point. So we have the Four of Swords. I'm kind of liking this weird, this is the Weird World Tarot. I kind of like it. The Empress. There, I told you. And that's the center of the three cards. So that's the you know, like the center is the Empress. I told you I was feeling that Empress energy, feminine energy. I was feeling that. That's why that woman card came out. I love when tarot does that. I love when it confirms what I'm picking up. And then the Four of Wands, okay, which talks about commitment. Well, talks about celebration, talks about, and this is healing. Oh my gosh, this is really picking up a lot of what was in the April overview. I'm really, really picking that up because this is that getting in touch with one of the things that the Empress is she's very grateful and appreciative. She's very nurturing, she's very caring, she's very giving, and it's because she's very grateful for everything, you know, and because that she can give that cup, she can give that love, she can be nurturing because she, you know, she's content. So she can share her love with others because she is content with herself. Okay. So this is telling me that we might have something, we're definitely going to clarify here, but this is leading to I feel like there's something that's kind of come in here. There's this unexpected, that there might be something that needs to be healed with the Four of Wands, something that needs to be, there's almost like uh, taking a moment to breathe. Okay, thank you, universe. Okay, to breathe in, the everything around us. This is leading me back to everything that was we read about the success card, about what it was talking about, to really just take a moment to get into that receptive, grateful, appreciative, like kind of energy where we're really just experiencing life moment to moment, breathing it all in. This is what this Four of Wands is, or sorry, Four of Swords is really bringing to me, that feeling. And then it ties in with, you know, like I feel like, because if you look at these colors are similar to the meteorite and the Four of Swords, I'm feeling like that something's going to come in and kind of wake us out of that slumber, that introspect, or that kind of peacefulness. And even this card has that card even has some of the same tones. So and it's, but I like that the kind of the outcome here is the Four of Wands, because this talks about coming together, celebrating something, building a foundation, and once we clarify, we'll know more what that means. So give me two cards on this Four of Swords, please. Let's clarify this Four of Swords for this first week in April. What do we need to know? What do we need to know? What do we need to know here? So the main thing is expect the unexpected. I told you, I felt that those two were tied, that unexpected, that tower moment is tied to when we least expect it, when we're minding our own business, when we're doing our own thing, when we're, you know, we're not counting on it, you know, it's going to come in this week. It's going to take us kind of by surprise. It's going to, you know, it's going to wake us up. It's almost like an awakening. It's like it's going to wake us up. And it's going to precipitate, it's going to precipitate a decision. And that's where we had, okay, look at this. Look at this. I love this. Okay. I was going to do that, but I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to have to do this a little bit. I want to make sure I got everything on the table. This here, we have forces beyond your control will intervene. Forces beyond our control intervene. Boom, tower. Boom. Now, it says, but you have the freedom to choose how you respond. Choice. You have the freedom to choose how you respond to this tower. But I'm going to tell you, with this being on the Four of Swords, which is a card of healing, depending on how healed, how much healing work you have done, how much you are sitting in this Empress energy, how much you are sitting in the success energy, how much healing work you've done to this point, how much shadow work you've done to this point, is going to have an impact on the choice that you make. This is why. Because I'm going to tell you something about the Two of Wands. Usually there's always somebody's looking at one wand. They're looking at one wand while the other wand is kind of usually at their back. They're kind of like, they've kind of discarded one choice. They kind of already almost know what choice they're going to make. And this is why. We're always guided to what is going to make us grow. So depending on how much growth you've done, how much work you've done on yourself is going to, even though we have free will will always lead us to where we're going to grow. The choice we make is always going to be the choice that is going to lead us to what we need to grow. Okay? I know that sucks, but it is the way it is. So that's what you need to know, is like that's one of the main things. One, something's going to come in unexpectedly this week. How you handle it, or the choice that you make, is going to be dependent on how much healing, how much shadow work that you've done up until this point. How much you've wanted to really work on yourself. How much you are in this feminine energy. Give me 2 cards on the Empress, please. Give me 2 cards on the Empress. 2 cards on the Empress, please. The Queen of Pentacles. Okay. So, I'm trying to figure out how I can fit all these cards on the table. So, we have on the Empress, we have the Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. So this tells me that you're going to be sitting, wherever you're sitting, that you feel comfortable. You fit the Queen of Pentacles can talk about, feeling comfortable, feeling good where you are, feeling like you have a lot, okay? And it can be a card of being appreciative and grateful for, it's a card of abundance, it's a card of success. But with this Nine of Swords, it's almost like something might shake up and threaten that stability, that, that the life that you've built, let me go ahead. Before I go too far, let me get two cards on this Four of Wands. Give me 2 cards to clarify this Four of Wands. What is this Four of Wands in the outcome? What is this Four of Wands? The Knight of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so what this is, okay, I've got it. Thank you. So what this is telling me is that even though you might be good where you're at, maybe you're content, maybe you're happy, there's going to be an area that you feel happy in your life, that you're grateful for, that you're happy, that that you're content where you are, that um for many of you, whatever that area is, where you feel secure, stable, where you feel abundant, that you feel that area is good. I feel like an offer is going to come in that that's going to take you by surprise, and you have the choice to decide whether you want to take that offer or not. But it tells me that that offer is with it being the Four of Wands, can be very good. And we had this talking about it the finest of pleasures are unexpected. So if it's a love offer, it's going to be unexpected, but it's going to turn out good. Okay? If it's like the I do want to get, because there's still this scythe over here. And I haven't figured out what the scythe represents. And I'm going to have to clarify that, because that scythe is not making sense in this reading. What is this scythe? Give me a card on this scythe. What is the scythe? What does the scythe represent? I mean, it is the number 10, which can be the card of change. Something changing. That could be that unexpected, because it's like the Wheel of Fortune. Oh, I don't need to pull a card. Thank you. Thank you. I just had to talk through it. So this is representing, it's like the Wheel of Fortune. And this is indicative of this choice that we have, the free will. So it's the Wheel of Fortune. We have the ability to choose the fate, to choose the outcome, to choose how to respond to this situation. So that's where that's coming into play. It's talking about, making that free will choice that it's talking about here, that we can choose how to respond to it. We can choose to, Wheel of Fortune is because you don't know, the wheel's always turning. You can land on the upside or you can land on the downside, depending on the choice that you make. But from what I get here, everything indicates that whatever this surprise, this unexpected thing offer is, it's going to, one, take you by surprise, because it's going to be very unexpected, something out of nowhere. Like it's going to be, you weren't expecting it at all. And then when it comes in, when that offer comes in, you can choose, whether you want to accept it or not. But I do feel that if you accept it, it will lead to something good. Okay? You are going to have doubts. That's that Nine of Swords. You're going to have doubts. You're going to struggle. We may struggle, because what I feel like, there's the struggle. The Nine of Swords is here because the decision might be hard. And the reason the decision is hard is because it's going to require us to move out of our comfort zone. Okay? Because we are good. Nine of Pentacles, it's basically taking us, that offer is challenging our independence, like where we are, because it's offering us something new, something that'll be worth celebrating. But it requires us, even though we might be content where we are, even though we might be good where we are and happy where we are and abundant where we are, so that we may not want to move. We may not want to take this offer. But the universe is telling me, I'm feeling that this offer is going to be good. Like it's a good offer. So can you see it for what it is? And that's going to be dependent on your healing work, if you can see that offer for what it is, because there's going to be this like probably resistance, this resistance to, I apologize, I must have went a little bit long. I thought I had enough time. That's my cat feeder, by the way. There's going to be this resistance to want to accept this offer. And that's only because it means change, and we're happy where we are, or we're good. We feel like maybe this isn't a big enough offer to maybe make it worth our while to upheaval our life and take that choice, because maybe someone offers you a job, but it means you have to move. And maybe it would be the universe is telling me it's going to be a good decision to take that offer, but there's risk involved in it. So you have the choice to choose whether you take that offer or not. And it is a good offer. It's going to be a good offer, but for some people are going to choose, to stay where they are. Some people are going to choose, because it just depends on where you are and what that offer is, whether it lures you enough, toward it or not, to take it or not. Or are you going to see it for what it is? Are you going to see it for the good thing that it is and be willing to take the risk, take the chance to make it? Because it is going to, with the Two of Wands coming here, and we talked about the Two of Wands, that we always go to where what would help us grow the most. So, and that's why I liked that it came on this healing card, because depending on how much healing we've done, will have an impact on the decision that we make, the choice that we make when this offer comes in. Okay? So I hope that helps you this week. I hope, that at least if you got nothing out of it, understand that something's going to come. You're going to get an unexpected offer in some area of your life, and you have a decision to make. You're going to have to make a choice this week. Okay? The bottom line, there's a choice on the table that's going to come up this week. The choice is yours. What you choose to do with it. Okay? So that's what I have this week. I hope that helps you in some small way. Always feel free to leave comments or ask questions down below. I leave the comments open, so you're always free to leave anything that you like. Now, granted, I do review them, and if I don't find them to be appropriate, channel appropriate, for everyone's highest good, I may remove them. So do keep that in mind. I do monitor them, what's out there. I am going to say that, because I will not allow anything that is negative, not necessarily negative about the channel, but negative where it might harm somebody else's well-being. Okay. I believe in trying to do things that's for everyone's highest good. Okay. So just keep that in mind when you make comments. Okay. So thank you so much for joining me. I wish you the very, very best this week. If you haven't subscribed, I hope you will. And thank you so much for joining me. Much, much harmony and gratitude to you.